Hey folks, welcome to the channel and welcome to another Triple T Thursday. In today's video, I'm going to go over my new forge, or the makings of my new forge. Not quite done yet. And I also want to say another thank you. We passed the 1,000 subscribers mark. In fact, we're almost at 1,100 subscribers, so that's awesome. I'm so happy about that. So when you join me, I'm going to take you over to the table. I'm going to talk about my new forge, new burner, and the whole new setup, which you're going to see soon in some build videos, me using it. But I'm going to go over how it's made and all the parts. And you'll see a parts list in the description if you want to make this forge yourself. Let's go take a look. So here we are with the frame of the new forge, and you can see that there's no wool in this forge. I've decided to use insulated fire brick. And before you get excited, there's, just in case you don't know, there's really two kinds of fire brick. There's these are really hard. These are the ones most people know about. And then there's these soft fire bricks. These are really light. You can like score them with your fingernail almost. These retain a lot of heat. They're really good insulation, hence insulated fire brick. Whereas these are very reflective and do not store a lot of heat. Forges built with these guys tend to suck. My heat treat oven is made with insulated fire brick, so this stuff is really good at insulation. And it's a little more durable than the wool, and it's just easier to use. You can make squares out of them and stuff like that. So what I've decided to do is make the outer casing in this. So first off, I want to explain something. You guys probably know I do a lot of Damascus. So when you use flux in the forge, it just eats away at your forge. So I wanted, number one thing in making this forge was to make it durable and replaceable. So what I did was this outer casing, and these are, let's talk about first gluing these together. So I didn't want to just stack the bricks and have seams and stuff. So I got some of this stuff. I'll leave it in here. Ceramic fiber moldable caulking. Basically, this is K-wool in rigidizer with the K-wool kind of blended up. So when you squirt it on, it's really kind of gummy, but you can put it between the bricks and then kind of squish the bricks together. And then you can see these white lines. This is this stuff after it's hardened. This wall is not attached yet. This one is. And you can see there's no seams in here. So this is nice and solid. So I've got, and this is 4 fire bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all locked together, this wall. Same with this wall, and then there's 4 fire bricks here. And I've raised up, I've just got it propped up with some wood right now, but that'll come out because I wanted the height, and you'll understand why in a minute. So I wanted this kind of U shape. Let's move this. Because I wanted to have an inner lining of hard fire brick. Because if you can't just put stuff on top of insulated fire brick, you'll just decay it over a while. And I want the inside to be renewable, removable, replaceable. So I'm going to put hard fire brick just like this. So there. There, and then 2 more here like this. That is my inner lining, and I'm actually going to cover this with some refractory, just a really thin coat of refractory just to fill the lines here, just so I don't get any flux going down there and hitting this. So this will be refractory, but the great thing is, if these decay, these are cheap. I can just pull these out, place 8 new ones in there. And that's why the lid will not be glued on, so to speak. The lid will just lay there, and it'll have a metal casing. You can see this. This is 14 gauge steel here. There will be a casing all around this, which also covers this section here and the top, so only this part will be exposed on both ends. And so that will just sit there, and then the casing will go on top. So should be really durable, should be replaceable, easy to replace. I don't have to screw with wool anymore. I just have to replace inner fire bricks that are just sitting there. There's nothing glued them there. And because I'm going to put refractory in here, I shouldn't get any seepage of flux or anything like that. So looking forward to that. Let's talk about the burner. Actually, and the doors. So here we've got the doors to the forge. Again, I wanted these to be replaceable. So it's just a single brick, and I built this little frame, and it's just tightened here with this bolt, which kind of keeps the brick in here. And this, for the front, will be on this sliding track. There'll be some bars attaching this, and it will sit on a track, and it will just roll, and it'll hang from the track. So that'll be really cool. It'll be really easy to open that door and close it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll put the parts list to all this stuff here. So that'll be cool. And then on the back, same door, but this one will just kind of hang by notches. So I want it either to be fully closed, probably up about 2 inches. So if I have blades, I can just raise it up an inch, probably an inch. So I can have blades go through it, or I can take it right off. Okay, so those are the doors. Let's talk about the burner. As you can imagine, if I'm doing a new forge, I'm going to do a new burner system, and this one is going to be a ribbon burner. And if you're not familiar with a ribbon burner, this is the burner. Okay, it's not done yet, because that's why the whole forge isn't done, because I don't have that refractory. The way a ribbon burner works is instead of one focused nozzle, you have all of these holes, which will actually, where these straws are, these will be holes going through the refractory. So this is kind of a mold. I'll pour the refractory in here, and then this gets seated in there. It dries, and then imagine there's going to be 2.5 inches of refractory all around this with holes in it. Okay. This is a blower. Okay, and I'll turn this on in a second, and you'll see piping. And here, I just put a little nipple here with a set screw. And if I loosen this, I can take this whole mechanism out. This is just brass. There's a MIG tip here, a pressure gauge, okay, a gate valve, and this is where my propane's going to come in, a needle valve to adjust the propane, and then I'll know the exact pressure on the other side of the needle valve. So this injects propane into the flow. I even decided, instead of any janky little flap on the blower, I actually have a really accurate needle valve, gate valve, whatever you call this, to control the air. Now this is a blown air. All ribbon burners are blown air, meaning not Venturi. And the great thing about a ribbon burner, my old burners would probably go, if I'm forge welding, I'd have them set at 25 or 30 PSI. This one will probably run at about 3 PSI. So 1/10 of the propane, you get a much better burn, and it should be hotter. So hopefully next week's Triple T, I'll show you this lit. But for now, I'll just turn this on, and you'll see what the blower does. Okay, so it's not too loud, and then it's totally off. But if I turn it on, I can really feel it. It's like a hairdryer over here. And obviously this would be here, and that would be on top of the, going into the top of the forge. So folks, that's what the new forge is going to look like. Hopefully it performs really well. It's my first attempt at a ribbon burner, so hopefully it works. I've watched a lot of videos on it. I didn't do a whole build video on this stuff, honestly, because it's my first time, and I just don't think I would do it justice showing you guys something for the first time. You know, I just don't believe I should be teaching someone something that I'm doing for the very first time, and I don't even know if it works. So there's tons of videos out there on ribbon burners. So go check one of those out. But it's pretty simple. This is like square tubing. You cut a section out, you seal both sides, you weld a nipple on the top, and that's basically it. And you have to put a little baffle in here just to mix the air and the propane before it gets to the into the forge. So folks, stay tuned. Hopefully by next week I'll have this all set up and running, and that will be my new forge. So that's a brief tour of the new forge. Hopefully things work out and you see it next week. Again, it is a little bigger. You're going to see some, maybe some bigger projects soon. If it's a really big sword, maybe I'll put both forges together. We'll see how it goes. In this Sunday's build, we're going to continue the chef knife. I've got to do some more work this week, but I've got some promising things going on that. And so far it's working out really well. So I'm happy with it. So come join me Sunday for that one. And thanks for joining me, guys, and I'll see you soon.